So this one's a really interesting story. This is a tract of land, 40 acres outside the edge of Lino Lakes, Minnesota. And this was not even in the 2030 or 2040 plan to be developed. However, the landowners, which who are of a senior age, didn't have the time to wait the 40 or 50 years for sewer to get to the site. So our task was to get the city to agree to extend sewer out to the outer edge of the site to make it possible to develop this land. So I had 15 minutes total to make my case. So we developed this 3D, and the planner, the staff, who was totally against getting a sewer to the site, spent an hour explaining every reason why the site should not be developed. And then the city council, which was a pleasant summer night, looked at me and said, "Why did you waste our evening?" And I said, "I'm going to show you why I requested this meeting." And there was two senior developments in Lino Lakes. Both of them overlooked the loading docks of the adjacent commercial placed near the highway and all the noise. They were truly an awful place for seniors to live. And, it's uh, this typical city council and planning commission, and I was lucky that the city council was mostly, aged. Uh, 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 Listened to my presentation as the 3D video went in the background, and I explained that how we laid these units out, where almost every unit had a view of the lake. And basically, I went through the quality of living, then the walking connectivity, the ability to extend their park trail system out to the edge of the lake. And I explained in very clear words the living quality and the variety of housing, the duplexes that Jamel Ford of Mobilized Design put together that are asymmetric and of a much higher quality than the typical duplex, and how even from the furthest points of the lake, these units had a view of the lake. The asymmetric apartments with parking below, where two-thirds of the units would have lake view, and the other third would have a view of space, and how windows wrapped around each unit to give a panoramic view from within the living areas. I then went on to explain how in the middle we had the assisted living, and even most of those units with a view corridor would have a view of the lake. And basically, I said, you've got a decision here to make tonight, because we are all getting up to the age where we're going to end up in housing like this. And, your choice is, are you going to remain in Lino Lakes and overlooking loading docks? Or are you going to be able to enjoy the the later years of your life overlooking fishing docks? And that's really what the decision that you're making tonight is. And then after that, they directed staff to get sewer to the site, find a way to serve this site. And what had ultimately happened after a few years with the engineers, doing different cost studies, not only serving the city with sewer from uh, uh, their own extension of sewer lines and what it would cost, but possibly bring sewer down from adjacent cities. At the end of the day, economically, it didn't pan out, but it was a major win for us anyhow, even though the project never came to fruition. We were able to influence the city to make a decision to create a more feasible chance for this development to happen. So ultimately, it will be developed, but maybe not in our lifetime. Nevertheless, it was a very large win for us putting this together.